Hey Andy, how's it going, man? Congratulations on your 150 subs. I've really grown to love your channel. I've really grown to love your personality. I think Stephanie made a comment about it. Just like very cool, relaxed, and you have very interesting taste. Probably not a good time for me to go into trying to describe them, just because it might be at a loss for words. But you know, I feel like I don't listen to enough of stuff that's more on the indie side sometimes, and you show lots of others and just more than just accept for that. But I feel like there's just like a really cool thing that I feel like I trust the releases that you show and the artists that you show when it comes to stuff like that. But in general, I mean, you just have great music taste. So, but it's funny because just for whatever reason, I sort of feel like I can listen to a certain record that I have, or a certain thing that's my, or hear something, or see something and think that that looks like a indie record, which is, you know, kind of funny because it just happens. I thought you had some really, really cool questions. I thought that the first question, man, is a great question. I'll tell you right now, you are so not alone. Of course, there are albums that I have that don't get the proper listening time. Lots of them don't. But of course, I love collecting them, and I know that I'm going to go back to them and have them for the rest of my life, and hopefully pass them down to my own kin. And so it's great to have and just pop it out. And you know, I think it would be good for all of us at sometimes to maybe just take a month or two off and really just focus on the ones we have rather than buying more, so that, you know, we can catch up. The song you're hearing now, let me show a couple things for you. I have a couple things for each question, basically. There's some things I thought of right away, and I thought this sounds like a sound I think you would enjoy. And when you hear this, they remind me a lot, the sound reminds me a lot of Pretty Girls Make Graves, which is a band I always loved growing up in high school and thought they were great through all their albums. And, you know, I know you like girl singers in terms of like maybe like thinking about Best Coast, but Best Coast isn't really the same sound at all, but just the idea. These are the records I'm going to show you for the records that I pulled some off my shelf amongst the other ones that I also have where they need to get more listens and I haven't gotten a chance to, and I've had for a while. I picked up two records from this band, The Shirts. Now, they're like a band that was prominent during the CBGB era, around the time of the Ramones and stuff like that. And I just was really intrigued by the artwork, and I just read good things on the internet when I was in the store one time, so I picked it up. So this is their first one that's playing in the background. It's called The Shirts, Streetlight Shine. Well, it's not their first album, but it's the first album about theirs that I'm showing. It's actually their second, and they only had 3 releases. And this is one I really listened to. I never got to listen to the second one, but I really like it. And I was like, I started listening to this around the same time when I bought it. It was the same time when I started getting to listen to some of the Pretenders, so it sort of fit. But I think you'd enjoy this band. Hope you can hear it somewhat. And then this is their last album. It's called Inner Sleeve, and it's a really cool cover too. I just love a band called The Shirts. I really do. And I love the artwork here. The shirts on the. And supposedly, what I read was that they were getting better each time, and this was their best release. It's cool because it's pull the inner sleeve right out like that. So, I do love the question you asked me. Just so you know, I'm going to keep these out since you inspired me to. Another one I bought the same exact night I bought this that needs to be listened to more is, anyway, and by the way, the reason for not listening to them, I don't know. I think just because these records here I'm showing, just because they're not enough of this, they're not a style, not that I don't enjoy it, but they're not one that I listen to enough of and have a mood for enough of to pull it out. This right here is another band, a band called The Selector. It's called Too Much Pressure. It's the only ska album I have, and I thought it was really cool, and I never heard it before. I thought it was a very, very interesting cover. I love the hammer, I love the font, and by the way, those other ones are on Capitol. This is on Chrysalis, however you say that, from 1980, and it's good ska music. But like I said, ska was just such a, for me, no offense to anyone else, but it was just so much more of like a 9th, 10th grade thing, and not much else afterwards. And then, you know, I liked my catch-22 when I was younger, and I still think Voodoo Glow Skulls are sick, but I never listened to ska on a normal basis anymore, you know, but ska's always great for summer, so yeah, we'll listen to this more. And the last one I'm going to pull out that people might be like shocked that I don't listen to enough of. I only picked this up for $3. There's some scratches on it, but it plays very well enough to be kept. Is King Crimson, Starless, and Bible Black. I'll be honest with you, I really haven't given any real serious enough listens to King Crimson at all. I know King Crimson is so reputable. I know Robert Fripp in the name and how he's reputable. And I never listened to the second side of this, but when I got this, I listened to the first side twice, and I enjoyed it and thought it was very interesting, but I didn't follow up with enough. And I'll be honest with you, it's just because I enjoy prog, and sometimes it'll blow me away, and I get into a phase with it, but it's not something that I just could go to whenever. That's the thing. But I'm going to keep this out, and this is a nice heavy gatefold. This is a really cool gatefold. So yeah, I don't listen to any King Crimson, and it's the only one I have, so those are the records I pull off the shelf. They're just ones that are records I want to listen to more, that I need to pull off the shelf and listen to more, so I'm going to keep them out for you, because of you, so thank you. Okay. Man, there's so much stuff in terms of the second question, so much stuff that the VC has introduced me to. In terms of not vinyl-wise, and just throwing things on top of my head, just for recently, I've been like downloading a lot of torrents and listening to a lot of artists I hear about. I've gotten to listen to quite a few different records from Scott Walker, which was inspired by Jeff Reckerman. And I've been meaning to send him a thank you for it, because I watched the documentary on him, and it was sick, and I was so intrigued, and I got that. What else have I listened to recently? Oh, Wes showed John Martin, and I never really knew anything about John Martin, the guitar player, so I burned a copy of Grace and Danger, and I loved it. I thought it was a great album, very chill, very relaxed. I was very impressed. So that was really pretty for me. I really enjoyed his pretty record, and I have his discography now. What's the other one I think of? I mean, anything, man. I've listened to Tony Banks, the Genesis keyboard player. I had that in the car, bumping that one from Hoy. There's just anything, and there's always tons of stuff I'm listening to. But this will show you these things. I'd say that the one most convincing thing that the VC has done for me is that people talked a lot about Genesis, right? We've all showed, talk about Genesis. Jay just showed Genesis in his response to you. Now, I only have one Genesis album, and it's the A Trick of the Tail. And I enjoyed it, but it's just not, I just don't know how I do in terms of prog long term and what the effect is on me, But I love Peter Gabriel, and it's a mix of the same exact time Mary mentioned to me, oh, I heard this song Mercy Street on NPR. She heard the newer version with the orchestra, and she loved it. And I just said, oh my God, and I love this song with him and Kate Bush, and I love Kate Bush, and ever since then, and then colliding with the VC, talking about all this Genesis stuff at the time, watching Dwayne Lazarus' videos and stuff, it was just on fire. So here's the interesting thing. I'm not really following Genesis as much. I just have that one record, and I just don't have as much of an intriguing for it. But I am very, very intrigued with Peter Gabriel. The first album I listened to was So. I don't have it with me because I got the copy and I know it back in my hand, but I got the copy, but I gave it to Mary because she wanted to have it. So I know that, so when I'm over there I can play it. So I listened to So first. I'm going backwards, almost in a way. Then I have Melt, which was, I knew it was Gil's favorite, and we talked, and I love this album. That song, I Don't Remember, is so sick. I called it Start last time, but it's I Don't Remember. Family Snapshot's amazing. I love the whole first side a lot. I think I might enjoy it a little bit more. But I love that. And then Security is what I just got next. And man, just the other day, I was so hit by some of the songs on here, particularly, everyone likes Shock the Monkey, but Lay Your Hands on Me is such an amazing song, man. Andy, check out Lay Your Hands on Me. And I mean, so it just has like this more of a, it's just the Peter Gabriel, his solo stuff has that depth, and it almost has more of a feminine side than what Genesis has, and that's the stuff that I'm attracted to. I relate better to that mellower sound when it comes to stuff like this, and I find Peter Gabriel very intriguing. The lyrics are really interesting, especially like Lay Your Hands on Me. It's such a direct song to him looking and hoping for the love of Jesus and not giving up on him, but the lyrics and the metaphors are crazy. Sorry, I know I'm making a long video, but I wanted to do a whole video just about this song. In this song, he says, "Sat in the corner of the garden grill with the plastic flowers on the windowsill." So, you know, he's sitting in the corner of the garden grill, aka Eden, Garden of Eden, plastic flowers in the windowsill, so sort of like a fake world. "No more miracles, loaves or fishes, Jesus. Been so busy with the washing of the dishes." So he's like using this idea of like how life's hard and it's no more miracle stuff with Jesus, and he's in the back in the dishes doing the dirty work, you know, and the work that no one respects, and like, you know, so it's the low, you know what I'm saying. So Peter Gabriel is probably the number one guy that I see a lot of the VC that people love and rep, and I'm very excited to get more of his stuff and pick up more records. And then just another thing, just to show a recent thing, as The Old Flesh, my man The Old Flesh mentioned, jazz was also a thing that's just not too big for me, and I want to listen to more. So I had the John Coltrane re-release he showed. I have my own copy of Colin Stetson's Judges, which is fantastic. I have a Max Roach record. The other one I'm drawing, Moses. What's that one again? The Moses one that Teddy showed. I love Bob Moses. Amazing. So I have some stuff, and Henry showed this recently, and I was intrigued, so I picked it up. Ronald Shannon Jackson and Decoding Society, Man Dance. Just really cool jazz with a real drumming bass. So, just shows you, you know, so jazz is another one for me too. In terms of local bands, there's a lot of stuff I think in Charlotte, and it's really my fault. I don't listen enough to this. I don't follow it enough. I do like going to shows and catching music, but I'm not really someone who goes hardcore with every local band around here. There's a hip hop rapper that has a really good sound that I just recently discovered on BandCamp from Charlotte. His name is De Niro Ferrar. He has a BandCamp. As well as that, but the main thing I want to talk about, I already talked about once before, with a thread for Zach back in the day, was there's a guy named Jesse Clasen. And Jesse Clasen's actually the guy that inspired me. He would never know that he did, but he's the one that led me to getting my record player. And all started from this. This is the smallest of his stuff, though. This is a little side act of his, so this is the only thing I have of his on vinyl. It's a little side project called Native Trash. It's a little purple 7-inch with 4 songs, 2 on each side. And it's him and one other guy. And so I wanted to buy like a CD copy of his other band, and she didn't, for Mary, and he didn't have any more at the merch table. But he was like, "But you can get this if you want." So my last one I have of my own vinyl, and I got it, and I need to have something to play this on, right? So I got my record player. But he is he's a solo project called The Bear Romantic. That was really what got me and Mary into him, and it's just him on the recording, but he has different local musicians that do stuff on stage with him for all their concerts, and they're just very, very good live. So he does that, and then his main band is called Harvard. They have one album out. They just released it onto vinyl. I might pick it up sometime soon. I'm going to post it in the BandCamp for you so you can check him out. I think you might like them too. Lots of really cool stuff going on with that band Harvard. So yeah. And they have a new record they just finished recording in Baltimore or DC or something, and they're putting it out soon. One of the guys in Harvard does 2 days a week working at the Lunchbox record store, the local store in Charlotte. So, sorry I talk so much, man. I haven't done a video in a while. Maybe I miss Auntie, but yeah. And there's your 3 questions, and obviously for bonus, dude, I had so many shirts through high school, and I don't know where any of them are. They're like all gone. The oldest shirt I still have for my high school stuff is I have the baseball tee sleeve of the Strokes, with the original Strokes. But other than that, so you know me, just sort of has my flavor. I just love my Lil Wayne shirt. You know, I'm a Weezy fan. I'm not gonna get into details and arguments about saying he's my favorite, because I have my own personal favorites. People are just love to hate on Weezy. I think it's retarded. But anyway, I just think the shirt's sick, and the thing I like about it is that it's just, first of all, it's very nice thin material, and I can love wearing it anywhere I go. But it's just like, I just like the whole idea. It's red. I don't have many red shirts. The flame and the sunglasses is sick. And I just like how it's not like a picture of him and it just says Lil Wayne on it. It's just like his face and a really cool image. So that's my shirt I want to rep. Alright, man. Congratulations, Andy. You had fun doing this one, so thanks for inspiring me to bring some stuff out. One love. Peace.